Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Cheyenne here, and I am recording this video because my speaking coach has assigned me to do one video per day regarding speaking, mindset, speech, stuttering, and fluency. So for today's video, I'm going to tell you about a story of when I first started on my journey to becoming a better public speaker. So as many of you that know me know, I have stuttered for like a long time. It's been over 30 years now. Started out really bad. I could barely even express myself or talk for about 25 years, and then finally the pain was so much that I decided to find some help. So I hopped online and I searched stuttering support for my area, and it popped up that there was a stuttering support from the National Stuttering Association, and it's a very large organization in America that supports people who stutter. So I put it in my calendar and I said, okay, I'm gonna hop in my car, and I'm gonna go to the meeting to see what these people are talking about, because before the meeting I did not want any help. I was, however you want to explain it, I was like locked up. I said, no, I don't want to speak to anybody or anything. So I went to the meeting, and it was in a library in one of the office rooms, and I said, all right. So I stepped in the library. I'm kind of looking around, and I see the room. Okay, so those are my people over there. So I kind of walk over to that room, and as you who stutter or have social anxiety already know, it feels like you are being attacked by a lion, but you're just walking into a room with a couple other people. So I'm stepping in the room, my pits smell, my palms are sweaty, I'm losing my mind, I can't even think, and it's just a bunch of other people that stutter like me. And we start our introduction. So it goes to the first guy, then goes to me, hey, my name is Cheyenne, and then it goes to the next guy, who is the chapter leader. Well, coincidentally, the chapter leader was also very high up in the national stuttering hierarchy. He was on like the pictures on the wall, I'm not positive exactly what he did, but he was hanging out with all the top people. And mind you, this is a large organization. So I'm like, wow, dude, this guy has to have something that can help me, because he's been stuttering all his life too, and he's speaking on stages and all this stuff. And so a part of his introduction, he chooses to tell a very peculiar story, and the story goes like this. He says he once knew a man who stuttered really bad, but he found fluency by speaking to himself for 2 hours every single morning. And the chapter leader said, but who has the time to practice for 2 hours a day? And suddenly a little flicker popped in my head and said, I do. I'm really tired of being in this position, and if it takes 2 hours a day of just talking, I'm willing to do that. Why? Because if you study public speakers, they practice their speech hundreds and hundreds of times. They practice it in the mirror and they record it. And if you study people who sell stuff for a living, they practice on their script every single morning. So I was thinking, what makes me so special that I can't just practice a couple days? And that's when I knew I was not in the right room, because we weren't thinking along the same paths of ideas. And so I ended up staying there for a couple more meetings and stepped onto the next step of, you know, like everything I had. And the story's over now. So now I'm going to start the part of the video where I review my speaking, specifically the story I just told. So from my understanding, I feel like I could have spoken a little bit smoother and possibly used less power or strength while speaking. I feel that sometimes I think speaking is supposed to take a lot of energy when it's really supposed to be a smooth and easy and enjoyable process. So that's my video. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Peace.